And a plan and an idea to get into the sport, but the timing is now. Now is the right time, and everything in life is about timing. At the time that the UFC stuff happened, it was the right place, the right time, the right everything, and I believe that right now the timing is perfect for boxing.
Okay, so tell me why the timing is perfect, and exactly when did this idea kind of germinate with you about getting involved in this business?
Always been there, but after the sale, we came over here. We had some big hurdles we had to overcome after the sale. We did it. We crushed it. Everything's good. This business is on fire right now. After the ESPN deal is such a game changer.
I just got finished listening to the Chris Mannix podcast with UFC president and basically the head guy in charge of UFC, like he is UFC, Dana White. He's coming into boxing, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I think this motherfucker is buying PBC. I think that you got to listen to it. So I got some timestamps here for you, and I'm really interested to see what he's going to do. He's having a press conference in October where all of his plans are going to be announced. And he said that he's met with a lot of people. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put the link right down below in the description box so you guys can listen to for yourself. But I got a few timestamps here that we're going to talk about in the video. And right now, let's let this play through a little bit for about 2 minutes or so. And then the rest of it, you can listen to that shit on your own time.
Changer for us. And I've been talking to some people and poking around. Then a couple years ago, I think I announced that I'd be talking to all the boxing promoters, and I've literally talked to almost everybody. There's a couple more guys flying in from England here in the next couple of weeks to meet with me, and the reception from the boxing community has been shockingly good. I didn't expect it to be as good as it has been. It's been very, very good. Pretty much everybody loves the idea of us getting involved in the sport right now. Like I said, which I didn't see coming and I didn't expect. And I'm ready to roll.
When you say everyone's excited about it, you mean other promoters?
Other promoters, yeah.
Now, why are they excited about it?
I think that they believe that, first of all, let me start with this. I believe that there's enough money out there for everybody. Plenty of money.
So let's stop right there and talk about what he's talking about. He believes the system is broken, which it is. He wants to get rid of the sanctioning bodies. And basically he wants to create a boxing system kind of like the UFC, where the fighters will all have there'll be universal drug testing, universal health care, training facilities. Like, he's building all that shit right now. And in my mind, from the things he's talked about, and obviously it was only certain things that he can say, in this interview, and he even talked about how, it's hard to do this podcast with you, Chris Mannix, and me not tell you, exactly what's going on. I got to dance around and shit. But with the rumors of, PBC's, financial issues still, even though PBC content, in my opinion, has been the best it's ever been. Showtime is slacking because of that, because I've said many times, I feel like this thing that PBC is doing, what they should have been doing from the beginning, but right now it's just a spit shine. This shit's got to be right, And I believe that Dana White is involved. And he's saying that he's hiring somebody to handle the boxing venture he's involved in. So he's going to be overseeing it, but obviously, he is the face of the UFC, so he's got to be heavily involved in that shit. So he's not saying it's going to be a 1 year or 2 year plan. He's thinking long haul. So right now he's talking about how he just signed a 7-year contract, with Zuffa, the company that pays him or whatever, to run everything. I don't know all the little, legal mumbo jumbo and logistics. All I know is when it comes to UFC, he's the motherfucking man. Like, he's the guy that makes the decision. Even though he has people that pay him, still, he's the one. You can't picture UFC without Dana White. So he's envisioning something like that, a model like for boxing, where he wants to have hundreds of fighters signed and like a pay scale. Like where not just, it's top heavy, where like a certain amount of guys is just making a certain amount of money. For example, let's go to the next question, because I've been covering the UFC Fight Pass events. I've been really paying attention to this. Like I've been actually like covering the shit out of this story. Talking with my partners, other media members, like, yo, something is going on. Now, I haven't been, privileged to that information yet. And obviously, if I would get it, I ain't gonna put it out there like that. But, I really don't know if it's him that's buying UFC or not, or if he's involved. Like, and that's what's going on, because with this whole Endeavor group and, what is it? WME, I got to get my research back on. I used to be real good at this shit. But something is cooking, and I'm wondering, man, because ESPN, right, with their ESPN Plus platform, they have cut out the cable companies in regards to, like, the middleman. It's deep. So let me let him tell you before I fuck it up. Look, these are my timestamps. I can't see them. Got to get the contrast right. I got some timestamps right here on my little dollar store pad. So, hold up. No, but listen, I'm only going to play like a little bit of that shit. So, I'm going to put the link right down below. It's only 40 minutes long. For you hardcore boxing fans, like, there's no reason why y'all shouldn't listen, for real, for real. Like, it's some valuable ass intel. So, listen and start putting that shit together in your head. Some valuable intel in here. Some valuable ass intel.
Watching that in October, too. People that agree and disagree, and we'll find out. Because I'm not one of these guys that says I'm going to do something and then doesn't do it. I'm going to go full steam at this thing, and we're going to take a run at it and see what happens.
Is what you're doing right now, the UFC Fight Path stuff with Lou DiBella, is that an indicator of how you want to kind of enter this space, or do you have a different type of plan?
Different. Obviously, the stuff we're doing with Lou and other promoters right now, and other promoters in MMA, bringing all these guys in on UFC Fight Pass, which is going to end up, we're relaunching that in October too. So there'll be a whole relaunch of UFC Fight Pass, and
I have Fight Pass, by the way.
In all combat sports. I want to do something in every.
So as I was saying, you can listen to the tone in the interview. You can just tell, like, he want to spill the beans, but it's just not, it's just not time yet. And the number one question, obviously you're going to have is, if it's not Al Heyman fighters he's going to get, then what fighters is he going to get? Like, that market is tight right now. Eddie Hearn is trying to get as many fighters as he can. That market is tight right now. That market is tight right now. So if he's not, absorbing an existing company or something, then what if he fucking get his hand? No, he can't get his hands on Canelo. The Zone ain't gonna let that happen. Let's not get into too much speculation. One more timestamp, and I'm gonna definitely get on this story. I gotta do some research because he hired somebody, and I used to be. Let me tell you, I used to be good. I'm good at hunting people down and shit. He hired somebody to run everything, and I'm wondering. He's saying we're going to be surprised. So I'm wondering if it's somebody we know of in regards to, hardcore boxing fans. Maybe somebody that's been like low key for a while, and somebody get the job, then like, oh, all right, yo, they got him. That's what's up. Or is it going to be somebody established like Lou DiBella? I don't know. But also Lou DiBella got those Al Heyman industry secrets though. They were really, really close. Probably still are. I don't know. But if you notice, like, Lou DiBella is not working with PBC. He don't even talk about Wilder no more. So, listen in. One more timestamp. This is where I think he's, like, you can tell at the end, he kind of starts, you can tell he has frustrations with Top Rank, even though they're on the same platform. And at the beginning, he said he's met with pretty much everybody. Him and Oscar, they be having their shit, every now and then. And he be fucking dragging Oscar through the mud. So, I don't think he met with Oscar. Maybe Eric Gomez, but, I don't know. England guys, well, he's already met with Eddie Hearn weeks ago, and they posted this photo, saying that they talked. Frank Warren, those guys, other promoters over there. I don't know, something's cooking, man. Like, what if he's going around telling, like, hey, that PBC problem, I'm fixing that. Like, we're not going to keep our fighters, and we're trying to build something. Like, what if he acquires PBC and opens the doors? Like, then listen, look at boxing right now. Love Al Heyman to death. But, his model rubbed a whole lot of people the wrong way. But it has to always be respected because he fucking pays the fucking fighters. These fighters wasn't making this type of money before in history. But at the same time, him taking care of the fighters, his model, like, the fighters, in my opinion, wasn't doing their part. Like, playing too much fucking politics and not fighting who Al Heyman was putting in front of him. Or you're like, no, I'm not going to fight him because I want to fight and I need more. And, I personally think the fighters fucked up his model. Like him, I never want to say, like, that he's too generous. I never want to say no shit like that. When it comes to fighters getting paid for risking their life in the ring. But at the same time, Al Heyman gives fighters a choice of who they're going to fight or who they want to fight. And now they're at a point like where he used to give them, like, from my understanding, he used to give them like a pick, like certain names and shit, and they would pick who. And now it's like he be like, listen, you have to fight this person. It's got to be like that. There's no money nowhere else champ. It's got, just my little, assessment. But he's going to start talking about a little bit right here, and then we're going to play one more timestamp, and then I'm going to let you listen to the rest because I actually got about 6 about how he talks about the pay system, the sanctioning bodies, the broken system, the pay-per-view model, PBC. So when he's talking about PBC or Al Heyman, you can tell he's very careful, like dancing. You see what I'm saying? So that's what makes me think even further something is going on there. And remember, Fox and PBC and ESPN are now all under the Disney banner. Crazy.
Every area of combat sports, including boxing, and bringing in other promoters, with their fights on Fight Pass, creating attention, to these fights, getting people to watch, building up talent. And then I have a much bigger plan for the sport.
Why? The question I had right off the bat is why would another...
It's tough to do these podcasts and to talk about, you asked me to do this podcast and I said, yeah, absolutely, I'll do it. But it's hard to do and not tell you everything that I'm thinking.
Feel free
and
to tell
I
whatever
do.
you want.
I have to tiptoe around
okay, but
a lot of the answers.
Here's the biggest overall question that I had coming into this.
Now listen to this right here. Listen to this right here, and to me, it's clear he's referring to Al Heyman, and PBC. Everything be looking good on paper to these casual, boxer reporters and fans and shit like that. When they say, "Oh shit," but Pacquiao Thurman did 500,000 pay-per-view buys. Oh shit. Oh, these fights are doing 1.7 million peaking on PBC on Fox. Oh shit. I mean, those are not bad numbers, but in the grand scheme of things, listen in.
This was other promoters. Let's say it's Top Rank. Let's say it's Eddie Hearn. Let's call Al Heyman a promoter for the purposes of this discussion. They have television deals, huge television deals that afford them platforms and bring in a lot of money. Why would they need you? Why would they want to work with you when independently it seems like they're all doing pretty well?
I don't know. I don't know if they're all doing pretty well. I don't know if that's really the case. They have TV deals and they're on TV and they're putting on fights. But I think, and this is just my opinion, I still think that the model is broken and needs to be fixed. In doing these TV deals and signing fighters and doing what they're doing, they haven't fixed the problems. The problems need to be fixed or they're never going to go away. And it's just, you're on this hamster wheel. And like I said, when I come out in October and announce what I'm going to do and how I'm going to change it and how I'm actually going to shake up and break the entire model and rebuild it, there will be plenty of naysayers and some that will probably agree with me, and we'll see if I can do it.
I'm sure there are a lot of people that...
The rest of it you're going to have to listen to yourself. I'm going to put the link right down below. So from my research, now, let me just tell you this. Listen, my reporting style or media style, whatever you would call it, you know, I'm not here to bullshit around with you. You know, I'm not here to dance around shit. I'm here just to tell it like it is. And then with the platform that I've built, I'm able to, you know, let you listen to the stuff, let you see the stuff so you can form opinions of your own. But I've been hearing for quite some time now that PBC has been, you know, even though things are looking good, you know, like for the fans and everything, but behind closed doors, you know, there's some shit going on. You know, and Al Heyman probably stressed the fuck out. He's still human. He's still a person. You know, the PBC venture, that was a big, big venture, man. That was, you know, some ambitious ass shit. But, you know, the fighters wasn't like, these are the fights, not all of them, but for the most part, this is the best PBC has been. The most consistent they've been. You know, the content has been, I love the content. You know, I don't care what nobody says. I love it. You know, I love the PBC face-to-face. You know, every now and then I'd be like, oh shit, like I forget how like PBC, inside PBC boxing. You know, that's what, every weekend now? Or something like that? And either way, you get valuable intel from them. They have the fighters on there, all the PBC, even though, you know, the whole shit with the WBO, but that makes me think even more like, it's a lot of shit going on. All right, so listen to the podcast, open your ears, open your minds. I got a podcast coming too, and a live show. We've been doing some test streams the last couple of weeks, and we're evening out, going to get more consistent with the show, certain times. So, well, a set time. So stay tuned. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. We're going to continue to follow this, and yeah, I am going to start. I can't really say, damn. But yeah, that October press conference or media announcement, we got your back. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Stay tuned.